Well, good morning and welcome back to CityLine. With me in the house, I have someone who, yep, you get to meet Tacoma Citizen of the Year for 2023. And by South Sound Magazine, the one, the only, president of the Toy Rescue Mission, Martha Davis. Hi, honey.
Good morning.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And congratulations to you, too, because you were South Sound's television personality of the year.
I was.
And so we get an award on the 24th.
We do. And there we go. Wherever you go, I'm like, there you are. So congratulations, my dear. So for people who don't know, Martha, what is the Toy Rescue Mission? Maybe they just moved here, or maybe they just suddenly now have young people in their life that they need to think about. So what is the Rescue Mission?
We are a 501c3 nonprofit. We exist for low-income children. Okay. So we are kind of unique in our own, is that we operate year-round. We provide birthday gifts, Christmas gifts, Easter baskets, school supplies, Halloween costumes, whatever the family might need.
Wow!
That's a view of our toy store that shows some of the items that we distribute for birthdays or Easter or Christmas or other holidays that a family might have. And all a family has to do is reside somewhere in Pierce County and be qualified as low income, and they can come in and get served for free.
Oh my gosh, and the thing that just struck my heart when you said birthdays, I mean, those are, sometimes when we think about toy drives, Martha, we think only during those calendar holidays where we can go out and get something for someone. But we don't always think about birthdays. We don't think about losing that first tooth.
That's right.
You know, there are all those things that can be marked with a little plush animal that just make a child's life so much more easy for any reason at all. Correct. So how old is this Toy Rescue Mission?
Well, we've been around since about 1989. We got our 501c3 in 1994.
Okay.
And I've been active since the late 80s. This is my 30th year coming up.
Martha, if I were to say you started this, is that an accurate statement?
No.
Okay.
One of my close friends, Carol Barkley, founded this in her home.
Okay.
And she'd been an orphan in Hawaii. And her father died. It's kind of a real sad story, but before he died, he bought her this doll called Poor Pitiful Pearl. And he gave it to his sister, and he says, if I die before Christmas, you make sure Carol gets this doll. And so Carol got the doll. And then she was immediately sent from home to home and just transported around town, trying to find a place for her to live. And she always carried that one doll. So she knew the value of having something so personal and something so close. So as life transitioned, she moved to Tacoma. Her children were grown. One of her neighbors had approached her about some toys, and she was able to find some toys at Goodwill that she took home and cleaned up. And it just blossomed. People started bringing her toys, and then she outgrew the house in Lakewood that she had, and we moved to a place in Fircrest, and her husband kind of kicked us out and told us his classic car out of the garage was sitting in the driveway, and we were in the garage, and so that was a no-no. And we found a building on Center Street, and we worked out of that building for a number of years. And in 2007, moved into the building I'm in now. Wow. She decided that it was time for her to go, and we were going to close it. And I went home crying to my husband. And my husband said, okay, if it means that much to you, here's $10,000.
Oh.
You go and don't ask for any more, but make this last and see what you can do with it.
What an amazing story.
I went back, and we went from serving a few hundred kids a year to now we're serving about 15,000.
Of course you did. And no one wonders why now we hear this, that you are not, or that you should always be Citizen of the Year. I hope you have written that down someplace so we keep the history of that. That is so important. There's so many life lessons in that story. That is incredible. So you've already said that the donations come from, families, they come from groups of people, they come from organizations. So what kind of donations? Because you probably have to get pretty specific sometimes.
Exactly. A lot of the donations come in are for younger children because people forget that when you're 13, you're 14, you're 15, that you still need toys. And these kids can't work at that age. So we often need stuff for the older child. The young ladies like makeup and nail polish and hair things and even nice clothing, little jewelry or something that they can call their own. They want hair appliances, games, puzzles, books, all the things that we take. Wow. We have some stores that give us closeouts, but most of the donations come from people like yourself. Kids are outgrowing stuff that's in the closet and in the way, and parents say, I want to clean out this stuff, and they'll take it to Toy Rescue Mission, and we'll refurbish it. Our volunteers work so hard. I have an amazing staff of volunteers that work so hard to make sure that every single item that comes in is refurbished, is clean, has batteries, has crayons for the coloring books, and is complete before it goes home with another parent.
That is so impressive. And then when I was watching the video, it looked like you have things sorted for ages also.
We do.
That is in itself such a great help, but man, that's a constant reorganizing what's in and what's out.
It is, but we have, like I said, an amazing group of volunteers, and when parents come in, we want to make it easy.
Right.
See, there's one more thing about Toy Rescue Mission that really makes us stand out, I think, is that we don't allow children to come on site, because I don't want this to be about the child. I want this to be about the parent, because when that parent presents that child with that gift, I don't want it to come from Martha. I want it to come from the parent, because I want that child to look up to mom and dad. That's where their self-esteem should come from. It should not come from some unknown lady that they'll never meet.
Right.
And so we're very meticulous about how we put things out by age group, by category. There's a birthday party section where they can go get cake mix and frosting and candles and party favors. They can get gift wrap and bows and scotch tape. Then there's a game section where they can pick out an activity for their party. They can get a puzzle for their party, or they can get a board game, or they can take stuffed animals, or they can watch a movie for their party. And so everything has to be categorized so that we can even find things ourselves, because I'm very methodical about how things are placed.
Wow, how big is the place you have now?
It's about 4,200 square feet.
Is it big enough?
No. We have 2 portable units in our parking lot, and we actually need about 6,000 square foot of space. But the problem is that we can't afford it. It costs so much to operate the building that we have now. Our light bills run about $1,000 for 2 months. We have phone and internet and all these different expenses, and so we're just trying to maximize what we have.
So when you because Toy Rescue continues to break records in Pierce County.
Yes.
This is a classic example of build the field and they will come. And you rattled off some incredible numbers. Would you share those with our audience?
Absolutely. Amanda, we had the most amazing year with the Pierce County Sheriff Department. Okay, Officer Travis Hoffman is a Pierce County Sheriff.
Okay.
And he has a trailer park that he serves out in eastern Pierce County. And he called me up and he said, Martha, he says, there are some kids in this trailer park that they never get any help. They never get anything. He says, can you help me? And I said, absolutely. So with his help, and then Richard Miller, who is a realtor, Richard Miller sells real estate, they came to us and they said, hey, we need help with Easter baskets. So this year, we produced 2,431 Easter baskets.
Whoa!
And the Sheriff's Department was able to benefit from some, and Richard Miller was able to take 300 plus to Spanaway Park, where they distributed them through also the Spanaway Masonic Lodge. They distributed.
That's a lot of baskets.
It sure is.
That's like I close my eyes and I see I Love Lucy and chocolates on a conveyor belt. That's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, but we were happy to do it. And then Amanda, last year, now get this, we normally serve about 12,000 kids a year, kids and seniors, because we have a senior program where we take lap blankets and walker bags to nursing homes. We served 15,845 people last year.
Oh my gosh.
I did 12,008 the year before. That just proves 2 things. People think the economy is really great. The economy can't be great if I'm serving that many more people.
That's right.
That means that there's 3,000 more people knocked on my door for Christmas, and about 700 more Easter baskets than I normally make. And so that's a lot of people that need help still.
Yes.
And so, for us to be able to have the resources, we're so thankful to the public and to all the people that were, through their generosity, that donated $50 or $100 or whatever, or brought Easter baskets, like the Quota Club, which is another organization in Tacoma. They brought volunteers, they brought baskets, and when they came, everybody had to bring candy and baskets to help make the baskets.
I love that.
We just try to network with as many people as we can to just so that we can keep serving. We love serving these children.
Well, I can tell because, I mean, look at the volunteers that you have. And this group works very hard. I mean, when I say volunteers, they're volunteers. They don't get paid to be up until 3 in the morning making sure that every Easter basket has a certain kind of jelly bean in it.
That's right. One of my volunteers is in her mid-90s. She lives in Gig Harbor.
Oh.
She drives every day. She comes 2 days a week. She outworks half the people. I feel so embarrassed because I'm only 70 and I'm thinking, oh my God.
Only 70? My God.
She's in her mid-90s and she runs circles around everybody. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I can't retire because I got to work at least as long as she has, you know, to keep going.
And what a great example she is to people who are younger in that sense of going, if she can still do this, then let her be the measurement that we run by.
Exactly.
So last 30 seconds, what do you need from our audience?
Oh, wow, Amanda. We're in danger of closing right now. You know, monetary donations have almost dried up.
Okay.
And we need to be able to stay operational. I need that building. So my overhead is what's hurting us right now. We need to be able to pay rent, pay light bill, pay water bill, pay garbage. Okay. The toys come in. I don't so much worry about the donations because we'll get the donations in. I just worry about people supporting Toy Rescue Mission.
All right.
They can help us by joining our Ripples of Hope program. It's very simple. It's on our website. It's $10 a month. If we get 400 people to pledge just $10 a month, that's $4,000 a month income coming in. Yeah. And that pays the overhead.
Martha, thank you. And thank you seems so trite. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for really being a Citizen of the Year. And thank you for loving our families so much.
You're so welcome.
And I want you back on this couch sooner than later, okay?
You know I'll
back to school. All right. When we come back, Northwest Sinfonietta will be in the house. You don't want to miss that. We'll be right back.